should have done this video earlier before I done the video on zombies. But let's talk about it. I used to be a big conspiracy theorist. InfoWars every day, all day. 2011, 2010, 2009, all that. I got Obama deception. I got Obama deception, terror storm, Endgame, the blueprint for global enslavement, and I got something else too. I don't remember. Because I was a history buff. I was a geek growing up, a history buff. And Alex Jones kind of broke me into it. I was QAnon before QAnon. Except for me it wasn't so much the conspiracy of, like, I never got into like that whole space alien shit. What's that thing, the reptilians? I never got into that. I never got into like cannibal pedophile. No, I never got into that. I remember reading about what's that, the Presidio Army Base child molestation thing. They allege. I remember hearing about what's the one I'm thinking about?
Other incident on Hunt's Recruit Beat.
It's another case I'm thinking about, man. But I remember hearing about that kind of stuff years ago. Oh, the Franklin thing. They tried to say George Bush Sr. was giving young boys midnight tours of the White House. I don't know that shit. Other stuff, the satanic, they kidnapping kids. I remember hearing that stuff. I never got into that. For me, it was like, okay, fluoride and the vaccines, Tavistock Institute, Edward Bernays wrote the book on propaganda, crystallizing consent and all that, Honestly, though, this pandemic has kind of put it in my head that he's kind of right. I mean, the fact that you have to still force people to wear masks, and you have people still putting out lies about how masks don't work. You kind of do have to social engineer, because people are stupid. Like, rednecks are stupid. These guys are dumb. Like, they're fucking dumb, dude. So, in a way, I have a more of a nuanced and a more shaded view of these things. I don't look at it like, oh man, it's a new world order, global government. No, I don't look at the world like that no more. I look at the world differently. I'm an adult now. But I looked at that stuff years ago, and one big thing for me was pollution. I knew about the plastics. Now, I'm sorry, bottles. I didn't know about, I certainly didn't know about the microplastics like I know now. But I was concerned about, what's that stuff called? Plastic get into your water and stuff. That's one thing, first things I learned about. And I took everything. Now, they had Nalgene bottles. I used to run back in the day. Took that shit outside, immediately put a recycling bin. Yeah, so, for me, it was that. I was looking at a video, I'm still into that stuff. I was looking at a video about, it's a movie called Dark Waters. Dark Waters is talking about, I think 3M was polluting, they were polluting water back in the day, and they got sued for it. Big lawsuit. And it just got me, I don't know, I'm sitting down reading it, and it just hit me how, like, just like back with Silent Spring, you had people that called that lady, she said, pesticides kill off all the animals in the forest. And JFK administration looked at it and said it was true. People called her a communist. People called her a communist back in the day. They did. You know, and that, she got death threats. The same thing when this movie was made, Dark Waters. It bothers me that it's like people like me are concerned about the environment, and like every decade it's a new climate or a new environmental issue, and these fucking rednecks and jackasses are like, oh no, you're wrong, you're completely wrong, man, you're trying to take our jobs. Like that bothers me, you know what I mean? Like this guy, I'm sure he got death threats because of, PFOA and the fire retardants to get into the water and stuff. And rednecks were like, well, what do you want the firefighters to do? It's just like, there's no working with cave people. Like, that's why I left the South. I mean, you just learn that in everything, that like, no matter what you do, they hate you. And you're doing it to protect their children. You're doing it to protect the health of their unborn children and stuff. And they're like, oh, you're a communist. Like, what the fuck, dude? You can't reason with these beasts, with these dinosaurs. And what's worse, you can lose your life trying to alert them to what these corporations are doing to them. That's why I'm glad I left the South. That's why. Because like I just realized that mindset, that know nothing, do nothing stuff, like it's been with us since back in the day. And that's why you knew a pandemic would be handled properly. Because for them, there's a certain hermeneutics of suspension of any type of progress, of any type of scientific discovery or investigation. I'm not just saying this stuff to make fun of people for being backwards or because we disagree on certain issues, social issues. I'm saying that literally when scientists come up with information about public health, rednecks will always oppose those people. Always. And it's that realization, it's that understanding that it makes you lose faith in humanity. Like it just does. That's why I got that respirator on me. I mean, it makes you lose faith in humanity to understand that people are really this stupid. I knew rednecks would politicize the masks. I knew it. It's not hard to believe. And I wish when people talk about public health, like these pandemic documentaries, I wish they would talk about that. This moral imperative of the effete liberal, the effeminate intellectual. Like I hate that. But I also understand, like, you can't help those people. And that, oh my God, this guy's going below the speed. Okay. And that in a major emergency, it was always going to be this bad, with or without Trump, because this wasn't about Trump. This was about anti-intellectualism. And this is about a president and an administration that made that slick and made that okay. It's okay to be xenophobic. It's okay to be homophobic. It's okay to say doctors are really lying to you. It's okay to say, well, doctors want to just shut down the country forever, which is to imply that doctors don't like Trump, and that's really why they're doing that. That was wrong. And there's a lot of things Trump said that we accepted that to me is immoral and it's wrong, and it should not have been okay. It should not. It should not have been okay, and it should not have been justified to do that. So it's one of those things, man.